Hello, everybody. Welcome to the episode 71, part 2 of the Hrudai Chetan Show podcast. In this episode, we are honored to continue our insightful conversation with Rashmi Chandrashekhar, ma'am, a Vedic meditation practitioner and a teacher who is dedicated to reviving the timeless wisdom of the ancient rishis for the modern world. In the part one, as you saw that we learned about the spirituality in Rishi's lens, about Vedas and many more topics which are deep and powerful. In part two, today's, we explore one of the most amazing topics of our time, crop circles. Are they messages from higher dimensions? Together we dive into sacred geometry, consciousness, nature, higher intelligence, and how ancient Vedic wisdom offers a unique perspective on these extraordinary phenomena. So, are you ready to welcome Rashmi ma'am on screen? Hello, ma'am. Welcome back again to the Hrudai Chetan Show podcast. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing good. Yes, gratitudes for inviting me again. Nice to be here to speak about a totally different topic. So last time we set the base, we spoke about some basics. We spoke about how to see spirituality from a rishi's lens, from a higher perspective. So yes, I'm happy to be speaking about another topic related to something higher. So yes, gratitudes for having me here. I hope your podcasts are doing well as well.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am. I'm very excited to continue this conversation with you today. I hope, audience, you remember those lessons that ma'am has taught you in the previous part one episode. So let's deep dive into today's part two episode and learn what actually is the topic that we are going to discuss today. Yes.
Yes,
So,
yes. So, yes. Gratitudes. Yes, you can speak. Yeah, you
right.
can go ahead.
So, to begin with, what exactly are crop circles and why have they fascinated people for decades?
Yes, indeed, it's a very good topic and it has been fascinating for decades. Firstly, to begin with, crop circles are, yeah, if not many people know about this topic, so I would like to delve into it in detail. So, crop circles are basically in crop fields. You have crop fields, agricultural fields. So, people have been noticing some designs, shapes, patterns, formations. So, all these are happening. So, and these are symbolic patterns which happen worldwide. They happen all over the world, and but mostly in England. They happen mostly in England, and they are not just circles. Like I said, it happens. They are called crop circles, but they happen in various shapes, patterns, designs, formations, and also they not only happen in crops. They mostly happen in crops like wheat crops, maize crops, and poppy, canola. But they happen in all crops. But they also happen in snow. An interesting thing is such designs have been found in snow and sand as well. So it's a fascinating topic as to why this is happening, who is doing this, and this has been increasing rapidly since the mid 1970s. So these formations have been increasing rapidly, and it is something very fascinating because this happen every year, and the modern science and scientists haven't been able to decode this. They haven't been able to find out as to who is doing this, what is this. They don't have answers. They're not able to explain. And anything that is unexplained becomes a mystery. And anything that is mysterious is, fascinating because these crop designs happen instantly. Like there is nothing, there is just a crop field, and all of a sudden there's a pattern. It happens within, like, even the cameras are not able to capture it. It happens that
Mm.
fast. Within a second, there's a design there. So who is making them? It is happening so instantly. And they are happening at a very big scale. And such big, elaborate, intricate designs are being formed, and they depict some ancient symbols, concepts. So this truly provokes, some further investigation, and it compels mankind to do some further research. So that is why it is very fascinating. So yes, this is briefly about what crop circles are. So these are just designs which are happening in fields in various parts of the world, and they happen every year. It's not a one-time
Mm.
phenomena. It happens
Okay.
every year.
This is something now mind blowing because the word itself says crop circles. Oh, something is there inside it which we are not like familiar of what actually it is
Yes.
and how actually does it work. Right.
Yes.
So get ready, audience. Have a book and a pen with you so that you can note down the points. So
Yes.
are crop
Yes.
circles simply unexplained art, or do their unusual characteristics point to something deeper?
Yes, indeed, it points to something deeper. It is speaking a language of truth and reality here, because the way it is happening instantly. Like even for logic, it has to be logical, right? For the logical mind to perceive that how can something just happen in such a big design? It's a huge design,
Right.
and it is happening instantly. And so it is very telling that it is not man-made. A human being cannot do such a big design
Mhm.
instantly like that, and so precisely as well, because even now, if I try to draw a circle on a piece of paper without a compass, we can't do draw a perfect circle.
Yeah,
In
right.
our own experience, we can't draw a perfect circle. So and if a human people claim that humans are doing it, but if the humans are truly doing it, they need some machine to do it. And here there is no visible, people have put cameras there overnight and checked. There is no human being there. There is no machine there. There is
Mm.
nothing there. And within a matter of just a second, like they've rolled cameras all night, and they've
Mm.
not found anything there. And the even before the camera could capture, the design is there. So yes, so that and also these designs are showcasing some advanced mathematics, sacred geometry, and it is showing some Vedic insignia, Vedic
Mm.
symbols, ancient symbols,
Mm.
Mayan symbols, Mayan civilization, that symbols also, and it is showing some complex, intricate designs. So it is not showing anything ordinary, which you can just ignore and say, okay, this is just nothing,
Right.
but it is indicating some higher intelligence. And even more uh, fascinating is when these crop designs are made, the crop is not destroyed, the
Mm.
crop is not damaged. So it is just gently bent. The stalks of the crops are gently bent to form a pattern, and those crops which have been bent continue to grow, just like the crops which are still standing. These
Mm.
crops are continuing to grow, and they also get harvested, and they give the same amount of harvest as the other crops standing next to them, which is not bent. So it is not damaging the crops in any way. So if human beings did such a design, we would definitely damage the crops while making the design. But here, there is no such thing that is happening. And another fascinating thing is, even after the crops have been harvested, they have been cut, the imprint of that design is still there. And even after the harvest is done, and there is a
Mm.
England, it
Mm.
mostly snows. So even after it snows, the design, you can still see the impression of the design. So it means that it is not a physical pattern. It is not just a
Mm.
physical thing. It is also some energetic imprint.
Mm.
There is an energetic imprint there which is still remaining even after the crop has been cut and harvested, and the thing snow has fallen, it is still there. So I would like to just show to your viewers an example of that. if I may,
Sure.
share my screen. Uh,
Yes.
Yes, so you can see this is a crop circle which is showing through snow many months after the harvest. So this was a crop design that
Okay.
had happened, and which is on the left side, and the one you're seeing on the right side is the one which is there even after many months of harvest, and the snow has also fallen, but the design is still there. So it
Mm.
just shows that there is some energetic uh, imprints that are remaining. So all these things definitely point to the fact that it is happening from a higher dimension, and there are some higher energies involved, there are higher beings involved, and there is higher knowledge that is being imparted. So definitely this has something deeper to reveal than what just meets the eye. Yes.
Beautiful. So the question here comes is this the crop only seen in England, or is it in India also?
Yeah, it generally mostly happens in England. And the reason why it is happening mostly in England is because uh, there is something called as ley lines. If your audience can research on something called as ley lines, they are earth magnetic lines. So ley lines, line lines. So they are called ley lines. So the reason why it is happening mostly in England is because there are two strong ley lines that cross over in one particular
Mm.
area called Avebury area. Avebury, Avebury area. So this is a very ancient area where the ancients had already marked that area. So if you Google in England, you will find there are 7 white horses on the hills. If
Mm.
people are familiar with some ancient sites in England,
Mm.
also you have Stonehenge,
Mm.
and the Stonehenge and the Avebury stone circles are there. So all these are 3,000, 4,000 years ago itself, the ancients had already marked that area to
Mm.
be a very sacred site,
Right.
because there the Earth's magnetic lines are crossing. And
Mm.
that is why there's a very strong communication with the other side meaning the higher dimensions.
Mm.
There is an open portal there. The portal is open in that area, and that is why it happens more there. But otherwise it actually happens all over the world. It happens in Germany, Holland, Switzerland. It happens all over Europe, and it has happened in Brazil, Russia. You will find, and even in the Himalayan region had a
Mm.
snow crop circle. So the only thing is most crop circles don't get reported. The
Mm.
reason why it is not getting reported is because not many low flying planes fly over those areas. When you have small
Yeah.
planes in England, you have a lot of small planes flying over, which capture it. But if there are no planes flying over, we will miss it. And but right now there are drones, so it's easier to spot because there are drones. Um, and also it happens only in the mostly in the summer season in England, because
Mm.
that's when the crops grow up, and England has only one crop cycle, unlike India has 3 crop cycles, but England has only one crop
Mm.
cycle. And in summer when the crops come up, that's when these designs are mostly seen.
Mm. Wow, amazing. So, how did you get so fascinated to research about these and learn about these crop circles?
Yes, this is something even I did not know. I had no clue of. I heard it for the first time when I was, researching. Like I said in my previous interview, that I was doing a lot of Vedic research,
Mm.
various things, and that's when I came across this. And initially, I thought, okay, it is just something. But then, as you go deeper and deeper, the more you see, you begin to realize that this is something not ordinary. Something very big is happening here, like very very big is happening, and no mainstream media is talking about it.
Mm.
You have a lot of independent researchers and websites who are doing this. They're all documenting. There are
Mm.
organizations who are documenting crop circles regularly, which happen every year. But there are a lot of hindrances also, because
Mm.
mainstream media is not coming out with this. if something so big is happening every year and it is not a talking point, then it also shows that it is being deliberately tried to it feels something is they don't want the people to know of it. They're trying to cover it up or something like that. So then you go deeper into it, and then you realize, oh, this is something very, very fascinating. And it has a lot of Vedic significance with this, like a lot of Vedic association. Since I was into Vedic this thing, so that's what got me more interested.
Beautiful. Great to know that. And we have a person who's letting us know this kind of crop circles are also there and
Yeah.
bringing the awareness here. Thank you so much for that.
Yes.
What do
Yes.
their geometry, precision, and scale tell us? So, is this geometry different from the mathematics? Can you explain us what actually is this?
Yes, yes. There are many designs. They're not random. All these designs are indicating a multiversal functioning, the way the universe functions and the way the multiverse functions. So, to give an example, I think I will need to share the screen again to explain. Yes, yes. So, as you can see here, this is a crop circle design, which is a hypercube. So this is a very advanced thing. Like most people in school do not study this kind of geometry. We do not study
Right.
this kind of geometry, geometrical shapes.
Mm.
So hypercube is also known as a tesseract. So this is a four-dimensional shape. So we have all studied only two-dimensional and three-dimensional shapes, but this is a fourth dimensional shape. It shows flower of life.
Mm.
Flower of life. I'm sure some people may know of this. It is also it is showing the blueprint of the universe, and the interconnectedness of all living things. All living things are interconnected. We are all connected. So it is showing, depicting that. So this also crop circle has happened. So it is also showing that it is not ordinary geometry.
Mm.
And it is telling that the trans communication lines are open for those people who want to tune to it, tune into it.
Mm.
There's a communication happening, and people who are ready to tune into it,
Oh.
they can. I mean, it requires a lot of internal work to be done, nature connect to happen. um, yes, and so there's a convergence that is happening right now. The convergence of, in Kali, all of us have gone scattered and gone, divided and all these things. But right now, there's a unity that is happening in amongst the entire world. It's bringing all of us together. And
Mm.
that kind of a convergence is happening. It is also showing the connectedness back. We're
Mm.
reconnecting back, like this flower of life design tells. Like, so yeah, this is also happening. Then you have some, even, advanced, even more advanced symbol, like a third eye.
Mm.
The third eye, which is there inside all beings.
Right.
So this is not related to just one particular person, but it has to be opened through internal work, spiritual work. It is not open for everybody.
Mm.
But when that proper work is done, when the third eye opens,
Right.
it is
Mm.
related to Shivatva, because Lord
Right.
Shiv is associated with third eye,
Mm.
who has the knowledge of the entire Brahmand, entire cosmos. And that is related to a concept called as proper crossing.
Mm.
Crossing is like a T junction. Like, you cross over, you're driving, and then you find a way where you can go either this way or this
Mm.
way, the T junction. But here, this crossing is not left or right, it is up and down. It is
Oh.
like you have to cross over to the higher dimension, higher state of consciousness. And that
Mm.
happens at the third eye, where, that is why this body has been given to us. So that we use this body in a wise way, like how the ancients did. And when that happens, this body is meant to ascend. We have to use this
Mm.
body so that we evolve. And when we evolve, when that third eye is open, it is like a wormhole, like
Mm.
how they show in these English movies also. They show these concepts, but they don't explicitly tell it that way.
Mm.
So it is like a wormhole connection, where it is like a passport to go into that immortal world. So when that, advanced spiritual beings, when they do that, that happens for them. So that's how they break out of this cycle of birth and death and attain moksha while being alive. While being alive. So this is the kind of very advanced Vedic symbol that is shown here. And we see swastika. Swastika means, good existence and good darshan. Su astik. It's a very good auspicious symbol. Then on 8th of August 2008, which is 888, this symbol appeared.
Whoa.
The 8 symbol appeared. So that 8 symbol is showing a cosmic order, and one 8 is an infinity loop, and 3 8s, triple 8. It happened on 8th August, 8, the month of 8, and 2008. So it is interpreted as the axis, the divine axis, which is stabilizing all the 3 realms. All the 3 realms, higher realms, Swarg, Bhu, and Patal. So there is an axis that is there in the whole of Brahman. So it is representing that. So all these things, geometry, so you can understand, I hope your audience is getting an understanding that this is not some ordinary geometry that is happening here. So it is very, very higher level of, what can I say, knowledge that is being revealed here. And also you're talking about precision. Yes, the precision, if you see these designs, they're so precise. There's this hair breadth precision without machines. You cannot get that without some machine. And there is no machine that is doing it. So the only thing is, it is like when you stamp, like this is a 2D surface, and this is a 3D stamp. Like, when you stamp, you put one cup, then whatever is there in this stamp, the design will come on this instantly. So this is how it is happening, that it is a stamp from a higher dimension that is happening at our lower dimension, from that 4th dimension to the 3rd dimension. So that is how that precision is also can happen. Only a stamp can do that, from a higher dimension to a lower dimension. And scale also, like you said, it's a huge area. Like these crop circles are happening in an area of 1,000 yards, 900 yards. Like that is like almost a kilometer. Like, a kilometer by kilometer area. It is not a simple drawing. So it definitely is interacting with the land. It is interacting with the humans. It is there is it requires some aerial view. You cannot just, if I'm walking on the ground, I cannot even view the full design. Some, you should stand on a hill or take a drone shot to see the full design. So that scale is big. Yes.
Amazing. This is mind-blowing, huge amount of knowledge.
Yes, and so to demonstrate the scale, I would just share once again. Yes, so if you can see this design, it is happened on a 900-yard field area, and there are 409 circles in this. This has happened in 2001. So for 409 circles to happen, human being, it's not possible, right? It will take days to do 409 circles like this with precision in such a big area. So yes, so this is how we can understand. It is of a big, enormous scale that all this is happening.
This is amazing to get to know these things. When you explain swastik, right? 8 August 2028, you are able to see that 8. So normally we see swastik in another form where they write on walls.
Yes.
Like this.
Yeah.
I hope you are getting it right. So what is the difference of that and this?
It is the same design. It is basically the same design. The shape is the same, what you mentioned.
Okay.
It is just being shown in a different art form. This is being shown in a different art form. There are different kinds of swastik crop circles also has happened, not just this. Different kinds of swastiks crop circles have happened. The same concept has been shown in different ways.
Hmm. Beautiful. What explanations have traditionally been offered to crop formations, and why are those explanations inadequate?
Yes, over the last few decades, a lot of skeptics, like whenever something like this happen, you will have a sect of people for, like, telling this, and then you'll have somebody telling against it also. Like, you will have pro and cons for each subject. So there are skeptics who try to tell that these are just man-made hoaxes and all that. But they have tried. People have tried making these crop circles also. They've attempted, but they haven't been able to make these perfect designs. And whenever they've had made, they need some machine to do it,
Mm,
and they're not going to happen instantly. And they will also damage the crops. In
mm,
real crop circles, the crops are not damaged, but when human beings do, they damage the crop stalks and all of that. And also they give this explanation that it is paranormal, in the sense that it is UFOs have made, or aliens have made. But there is no sighting of UFO or alien, a 3D alien.
mm,
Like,
mm,
even if
mm,
they're talking about an alien, they should see some physical structure of, because the modern science talks of alien in terms of 3D aliens.
mm,
And there
mm,
are nobody has spotted any alien or any unidentified flying object. So that is also not answering the question. Like, they're not that is not satisfactory explanation, even if they
mm,
want to
mm,
deny the interdimensional point of view. And it has also not got to do with any spirit world. Like, there are things in villages also, people contact spirits from the other side, and all
mm,
these uja board and all these many ways people contact spirits from the other side. But this has got nothing to do with that as well. This has got to do with the space of pure principles, because it is happening at ancient sacred sites,
mm,
the ley line points. So all these, many people have all these ufologists and
mm,
new agers and scholars
mm,
and geologists. They've all tried to give a lot of theories, but it always leaves with more questions than answers.
ah,
But the only thing why they're not able to accept this concept of what real crop circle is, because they're reluctant to accept that there is a higher existence than the earth
mm,
plane, 3D existence. The modern science tells only this earth plane exists and there is nothing else beyond. But Vedic knowledge tells that this Brahmand has 14 lobes.
mm,
And there is higher planes of existence, there are lower planes of existence. So there is this higher this acceptance is not there, that there is something higher, and something from the higher can contact us, beyond cannot. That is why it is always falling short. They're not accepting that there is something higher than this dimension.
mm.
So yeah, that is the thing.
Okay, beautiful. Got it. So, can you also say that crop circles are connected to divine?
Yes, definitely.
Mm,
If see if anything from the higher realm happens,
mm,
it is happening as per divine will, because who are called devatas are those who do actions as per divine will, right? They will not
mm,
do anything outside of that. So asurs are those who will go outside of what the divine will is, and they do something else, the opposite. But devatas will not do. So the higher realms always have higher beings who are always aligned with the divine. So if
mm,
they are doing this, then it is happening as per divine will and divine. It is happening for that purpose only. So when we say that this is the paranormal phenomena, it
mm,
is not paranormal in terms of ghosts and spirits. There is
mm,
no ghost and spirit involved in this. It is paranormal in terms of supernatural. You have here supernatural phenomena. So it is related to that, which
mm.
it is beyond our limited perception, but it has got to do with higher. It is a tangible phenomena. It is also a physical phenomena. People can walk into it. They can go into crop circles, walk into the crop circle, see what it is. So people have done that. They go take footage. So it is there. It is there in plain sight for everyone to see. It is not some hocus pocus or some, like, ghost. Some people say I have seen the ghost. Some people say I have not seen the ghost. But
Yeah.
this you cannot say that. Everybody can see it. Like, Everybody can
Right.
go visit that. So yes, it is a physical phenomena. At the same time, it is also paranormal phenomena.
Mm.
Uh, yes. So and it is connected to the divine because all these higher knowledge of going towards the divine is happening, is being
Mm.
presented.
Yes. I think this one topic connects to everything in our lives.
Yes, indeed.
Could crop circles be a form of communication from higher dimensions or advanced intelligence?
Yes, it is an interdimensional phenomena where there is sound, there is light, there is electromagnetics involved.
Mm.
All these, unbiased research has done this. So it is a pure relationship between the other dimension mingling with this 3D world. And it is a
Mm.
stamp from the fourth dimension to our third dimension. So to know what this this higher dimension
Mm.
is, I will have to again share my screen. uh, yes. So to tell that yes, it is from the higher dimensions and there is some higher intelligence involved, but
Mm.
we'll just see what is fourth dimension, because it is very difficult to understand what fourth dimension is, because we are in the 3D world with limited senses. We cannot see the fourth dimension or know the fourth dimension.
Right.
So we will understand how. So if I have to say what is a zero dimension, it is just a point,
Mm.
one dot. There is nothing. If I
Mm.
have to say one dimension, it is a line.
Okay.
Okay, you have 2 points and zero dimension. There is nothing. It is
Mm.
just one line. If I have to say two dimension, what is two dimension? You have 4 points connected together, like this. Like this is a
Mm.
plane surface. It has length and it has breadth. So
Mm.
this is length and breadth. There is no height and depth. So this is 2D. Now 3D is where we are, where there is length, breadth, and height and depth. So there is one depth also like a cube. So this much we understand what
It's
three
like
dimensions.
space, time, and
Yes, yes.
okay.
Yeah, space. So basically, space in where we are has length, it has
Mm.
breadth, and it has
Mm.
depth and or
Right.
height. So the space where we are living is a three-dimensional world,
Mm.
three-dimensional world. We are living in this space. Now there
Mm.
is a fourth dimension, which has another aspect, which is very difficult to comprehend because we are not in that. We are not in that kind of a space. But this is what they say. They call this as the hypercube, what we also saw the crop circle, or it is called as a tesseract. So this is
Okay.
the shape of a fourth dimension.
Mm.
Now, if we have all, in childhood,
Mm.
we have done this potato printing. If you remember, in nursery, school,
Yeah. Yeah.
LKG, UKG, they do potato printing. They will take one potato, put it in one ink and put it on paper.
Ah, yeah,
It
I'm
is like
recalling
that.
now. It was so
Yes,
fun at that point in time. We were thinking just like having fun. But when
yes,
you told about crop circles, we can relate to those shapes and everything that you
yes,
explained. Yeah, go ahead.
yes. Yes, so same way. So what we did, we took one potato, which was a
Mm.
three-dimensional potato, and we
Yeah,
put it on paper, which is a two-dimensional paper.
yeah,
So when you're doing that, the whole potato is not coming on the paper.
yeah,
Just that surface, that
yes.
just that
Mm.
part where it is
Yeah,
coming in touch with that paper,
only
only that is
that.
getting printed.
Yes.
Only that gets printed. Same way, like now,
I think that's the reason even teachers say take this potato, don't take that potato because of the shape and so
yeah,
many
yeah,
things. Yeah, got it.
yes, yes, yes. So I have an apple here. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
This is a three-dimensional apple, right?
Mm. Yeah.
It has length, breadth, height, everything. So I'm putting some ink on this.
Ah, okay.
I'm putting one ink on this,
Mm.
and I'm putting a stamp on this
Mm.
two-dimensional
Okay.
surface. I'm putting one thing. So
Mm.
what comes here is,
Okay.
I don't know if you can
Yeah, can see it.
see, uh, only those four dots wherever this apple touched.
Mm, mm.
Only that ink has come as four or
Yes.
five dots here.
Right.
I'm not sure it's visible, but
Mm,
you can
yes.
try it at home.
Yeah.
So only those four dots have come
Mm,
as the Apple stamp.
mm.
So when you're putting from 3D into 2D, you are seeing the apple as four dots and not as an
Ah,
apple.
yeah.
Okay, let's say a person, two-dimensional being.
Mm, mm,
So this person has some jewels
mm.
in a locker. I've put some colored paper, and I've stuck some
Yeah.
colored paper. You just assume that it is some jewels in the locker.
Oh,
Uh, there is one blue and there is one green. If you
green.
can see, there are two. Okay. So this being has put some jewels in the locker and locked it.
Mm,
Now I am a three-dimensional being. I can just take this out without the key and without breaking the locker.
mm.
This is the locker she has put
Okay.
it in as a
Ah,
two-dimension. I'm a three-dimensional being. I don't need a key and I don't need to break open the locker. I just took
ah,
it out because I'm seeing from above.
whoa.
Okay, I'm seeing from above. This
Ah,
being doesn't know I exist because this two-dimensional person doesn't have the concept of height.
mm.
So she doesn't know I exist. She cannot even imagine that I exist,
Right. Got
right?
it.
Because there's no concept of height for the two dimension.
Yeah.
So I have stolen this jewel that she has put it by
Mm,
just taking it out like that
mm,
without even using a key of her key or breaking this box, locker box.
mm,
Okay? Same way,
mm,
there are four-dimensional beings who we cannot perceive
mm.
because we don't have one more dimension concept to us.
Okay.
So they can, let's assume this is a mango.
Mm,
They can take out the pulp of the mango without cutting open the mango.
mm,
Just like how I took it out from this.
mm,
The higher beings, the higher dimension, they can do it with us. Or maybe they can read. That's how they can read what's going on in our mind
mm.
without having to penetrate into it
Right.
is a concept like that. So fourth dimension works like that. So when
Mm,
something of the higher dimension does something like this, like a stamping, what they are stamping, we are only seeing that part which is touching our fields.
mm.
That part only we are seeing. So the full image, if we have to see, we have to go to the fourth dimension. That means we have to evolve and ascend. Until then, we will not be able to get that full picture. Just like when I put this Apple stamp, this two-dimensional person can only see
Yeah.
some four dots. They will see
Right.
apple as four dots, not as an apple. So
Yes.
what we are also seeing in crop circles is just one part of what they have stamped.
Mm.
So that just opens our mind to something very, very big.
Right. Amazing.
Yes, it is very, very fascinating when you learn that these crop circles are a form of communication, yes, from the higher dimension, and it is of the advanced intelligence for this reason.
Mm. I think this is all how manifestation also works. When you manifest and when you don't think of WH questions and you just manifest and connect to the divine, the four-dimension world will connect to you automatically. That will happen.
Yes, and for that manifestation to work, we should have built that coherence through
Yeah.
speech. Like
Yes.
when you're repeatedly telling, I want my well-being, I want to align with the universal laws, I will do the right things, I
Mm,
want to improve my state of being,
mm.
and things like that. When you're repeatedly telling, there will be a kind of frequency stacking. Like you're repeatedly telling the same thing again and again. It's building
Yeah.
up and making you more coherent. Then the
Mm.
universe will give you whatever you're doing it diligently.
Yeah. Absolutely. This was just mind blowing to hear these things and
Yeah.
get to know much more than what we already knew it.
Yeah.
So. What does higher dimension mean in the context of the crop circle phenomenon?
Yes, this only. This the same thing what I just explained
Okay.
just now is it is that only that the higher dimension in the context of crop circle phenomena means like
Mm,
when they are putting their stamp. I
mm,
think that when they are putting their stamp,
yeah.
it is like a projection from their dimension to our dimension.
Mm,
So we are not seeing the full thing in totality,
yeah.
but yet we are getting a small understanding from our level, from our dimensional level
Mm,
of what
nice.
it is.
Beautiful. So, if these are messages, why are they expressed through sacred geometry instead of language?
Yes, that is actually a good question. That is actually a very good question to ask because it is a mess. See, the one thing is the whole world is not talking in one language. If they have to speak to us in language, they will have to come up with one language with the whole world humanity can understand. There are, I think, thousands of languages. I don't even know how
Yeah.
many languages are we are speaking. Um,
Mm,
Even if we think English is most widely spoken, there is still a big section who don't speak English or don't understand English. There's still a big section. So for it to be a universal thing,
mm,
this thing is better. And also, there is a saying: a picture speaks more than a thousand words. There's a saying like that, right? A
mm,
picture speaks more than a thousand words. What a thousand words cannot describe, one picture will tell.
right.
It is just like, a map. If you're taking
Mhm,
a map of some place,
mm,
you will get to know many things by looking at the map than describing that map in 10 pages. Like
mm,
when you see a map of, there's a mountain here, there is a river here, then there's a forest here, and then
mm,
there's a building here. So you're seeing it in relation to many things, right?
mm,
Many things you can see how this mountain is related to the river, how at what distance it is there, and which direction it is going. You see many things. The spatial landscape, you can see the full landscape in that one map. Same way, I think this geometry or design that they are
mm,
stamping, it is speaking many things, like many multiple concepts can be conveyed through one design. And
mm,
it is showing proportions, this golden ratio proportion. It is conveying relationship between two concepts.
mm.
Actually, there was one crop circle I can remember.
Okay.
It was about the Kundalini rising,
Mm, mm.
all that, and it also had at the end Shiv's Trishul.
Yeah,
Shiv's
yeah.
Trishul is the tongue of the snake.
Mm,
So yeah, like that, there are many things you combine because
mm,
Shiv has the Kundalini risen, and it showed the moon, it showed the snake, it showed the Trishul. So it is showing many things in one design,
mm.
which you will have to explain a lot in many words if you have to speak in language.
Right.
So I think they're very
Beautiful.
intelligent. The higher
Yeah.
beings are very intelligent.
Yes. So why have so many significant crop formations been reported in England,
Yes.
particularly around ancient sites?
Yes, I think, we covered, I think we spoke about this, that England has, especially, it has that, two, like I said, it has the two strong ley lines, the
Ah,
Earth
right.
magnetic lines
Okay.
converging in that particular area, which has been marked by all these ancient people many, many thousands of years ago. That's why they have these markings called the seven white horses and on the
Mm, mm,
Stonehenge. And you have this Avebury. It is in an area called Avebury. Most happen in that Wiltshire, Avebury area. So yeah, that's where they happen, but they also happen in other places, in Germany and other parts of Europe. They do happen, but here it happens more because the communication is very strong. The
mm,
portal is open,
mm,
and in other places they don't get reported mostly because in other places they don't have this low flying small planes. When you have
right.
low flying small planes, it is easy to notice it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it gets missed. But now, because there are drones, more are getting reported from other parts of the world also.
Okay. Can you give us an example of a crop formation that you believe is particularly important for humanity to understand?
Yes, definitely. There is, I think it's a beautiful crop circle story. It is called the 7-7 crop circle story. Like just like how we saw 8-8-8
Yes.
crop
Yes.
formation. On 7th July 2007, there
Mm,
was a very big uh, crop design formation, a Vedic symbol, which
mm,
most people know. It is one of the most important events in the 21st century. I will have to say
mm,
it's one of the most important events in the 21st century. That date also, 777, it is known as a cosmic alignment day, because
mm,
that because the symbol which came was which got stamped was what we now today call it as Om.
mm,
We call it as Om,
mm,
but we will see if it is really Om or what. So that symbol is related to Vedic cosmology,
mm,
because from this sound, it is a primordial sound from which creation happened.
mm,
From this sound itself, Brahmand, the full creation started with that sound. In modern science talks of Big Bang theory, but
mm,
there was a Big Bang and then the universe came into existence. But that was not according to Vedic. According to Vedic scriptures, from this sound, this creation began. It
mm,
is this Ayom sound which created everything. All creation came from this sound, and so it is related to an axis also, the divine axis. The pole star also, Dhruv is also pole star.
mm, mm,
Dhruv Tara, they call it as Dhruv Tara. So it's a pole star. So it is an alignment of that with the divine axis. So this crop circle is a big, big proof that higher dimensions respond to multiversal truths and what is real. Because we usually call that as Om or AUM. That is the normal thing what people call that sound. But on 6th of July
mm,
2007, previous day to 7th July, in an ancient druidic cave in England, in West Kennet Long Barrow, Prashant Trivedi,
mm,
he is a Vedic scholar who has the real knowledge of the three Veds, all the
mm,
three Veds. And he has a deep, deep connection with nature and is spiritually very advanced. And he, through his tantra, mantra, and yantra, he
mm,
gets feedback from nature. When he does anything, nature
mm.
responds.
Oh,
So, this is another example when he chanted the real sound through his knowledge of what the real sound is.
mm,
Uh, we'll see what happened. So, I can share that video. Uh,
uh,
Yes. So were you able to hear the full chant?
yes.
Or was there
Yes.
any disturbance? I hope there was no disturbance.
Mm,
So yes, so that was the chant, the real sound of uh, Ayom, which includes all the vowels of
mm, mm.
Devanagari. In Devanagari Sanskrit, you have I,
Yeah.
I, O, Au. So all the sounds of the Devanagari swara, what they call swara, it is a combination of all those sounds put together is that sound of what we call Om now.
Mm.
Because we have forgotten the full thing, it's become Om, Om, Om now.
Yeah.
But it is
So that's how
full.
you say, oh, like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I so that is the full
Mm.
thing. So in English, to give for the English viewers who do not understand Sanskrit, the simplified version is A E I O U. English vowels are A E I O U, which is come
Mm.
from Sanskrit only, but they have condensed it. The full sounds,
Mm.
is not there, just is there like that. So the full sound is not, English has lesser alphabets compared to
Mm.
Sanskrit. Sanskrit has
Mm.
50 alphabets, English has 26. So, which it
Mm.
has, basically just half the alphabets. So,
Yeah.
that is why the full sound includes all the vowels. So, when that chant was made, it was
Mm.
revealed to the world. The higher dimensions and nature has responded to that. And within 12 hours, that design has got printed, has got stamped.
Mm.
So that just shows, and people were filming it, on the hill at that time when this happened in 2007. Somebody were filming it, and around 3 a.m. in the morning, it got printed. This whole design. So this is a very big thing for the 21st century, because on this day, it is the higher dimensions are establishing that this is the correct thing. One is this is the correct thing, and there's a lot of knowledge that we think is correct is not correct. So it is also indicating that to us, and it is also telling that. Like I said, it is the cosmic alignment day. This sound from which all the creation has happened, and all creation can happen only with an axis. There has to be an axis, the divine.
Mm.
Like even when we are born in the womb, when we are in the womb, the first thing that forms is a neural tube.
Mm.
Later, it becomes a spine, and around that only all organs are formed after that. Even in nature, if you see all the arrangement of petals and everything, arrangement of leaves, everything happens around an axis.
Mm.
So when that creation has happened means that there is an axis first. So that, and it is related to the Vedic cosmology and the cosmic alignment. So that is why it is one of the most important events in the crop circle history and our history too. That in the 21st century, this first sound of creation of this universe has got stamped. The
Mm.
beginning of everything has got stamped, and indicating that we have to go back to that Vedic source.
Mm. Beautiful. So after looking at the phenomenon, its geometry and its possible messages, why are crop circles important for humanity?
Yes, because it is telling that we are living in a pan-dimensional reality, not just this 3D existence. Mostly we think, we have this saying, one life, one
Mm.
life, is that one life only, something like that. No? There's some abbreviation. I am not getting Gen Z terminology. You have to help me. We live only once, or something like
Yeah,
that. We
yeah.
live only once, one life only, something like that. Which they're only telling that okay, this is it. There's nothing beyond this. There's nothing to strive for. So you live your life happily the way you want to. You can do whatever you want, be however you want. So that is the modern way of thinking, which is totally wrong. So
Mm.
this is telling that there is something higher. There is something higher, it's higher to strive for. In Vedic, this knowledge was always there. In all these Vedic stories, if you read Amar Chitra Katha and all, they give all these children used to read Amar Chitra Kathas in my time. I don't know about your time.
Mm.
Do they still read Amar Chitra Katha comic books?
Few people not like all because they should be interested to learn these things.
Mm. Yes, that is true. That is true. So if anybody goes into Vedic stories, there's beautiful Vedic stories which are all metaphorical
Mm.
and allegorical.
Okay.
So uh, the stories always mention that there are 14 loks, there are
Mm.
seven above, seven below, Earth is in the middle. So the whole world does not know of this. Even in
Mm.
India, many people don't know. So the message, The communication that it is doing, the purpose of this communication is it's a strong message that there are
mm,
higher realms that we have to strive to get to. This is not the only thing, this is
mm,
not the only existence.
mm,
We have to seek higher knowledge to go to the higher place. Um, and also the knowledge to get there is all being shown in this crop circle designs. You know,
right.
the third eye, this Kundalini. There was also a thing of Muladhar Chakra. And
Mm,
there's many things like, Mayan civilization. They have owl as a big symbol. So that
mm.
owl crop circle has also happened.
Oh,
Many crop circles have happened. And how sound is very important for our evolution, and that too, equipment that is used now to create all these, Guru Prashant Trivedi,
mm,
when he does all these, he uses sound also to get certain responses from nature, and he uses electric guitar, because
mm,
electric guitar, he says that more variety of sounds can be formed through electric instrument. Electric guitar produces more sounds than the
mm.
acoustic guitar. So how sound, light, electromagnetics, all of these can, there are many things you can utilize to connect to something higher. And that knowledge also should be there, that seeking also should be there to
Yes,
want to go higher. So yes, all these things are being communicated to us, that we need to not think that this is the only thing.
right. So, are crop circles warnings, reminders, or invitations?
Um, I think it's everything. It is a invitation also. It is inviting us to
Go to the higher dimension and
yes, it is inviting us to look into something higher beyond our ordinary physical dimension. It is also reminding us that we are living in something, a bigger cosmic order, and we have to align with it. There's a big axis that we need to align with. It is also a warning that
mm,
like so much has been shown in crop circles, like mandalas are there, mathematics is there, sacred geometry is there, ancient symbols are there, Mayan things are there, Vedic things are there. There is tantra, mantra, yantra interplay is happening. Even jyotish, the 12 zodiac signs, the
mm,
27 nakshatras, music, sound, light, like the elements, the shiv shakti aspect.
mm,
And so many things are being shown in this, like some from a visual point of view, from an artistic point of view. So if people are not paying attention to this,
mm,
then what are they? What are we paying attention to? And so when something of the higher we are not paying attention
mm,
to, then it is like a warning also. At the same time, we can also take it like a treasure hunt. We play treasure hunt.
mm, mm,
So it is like they're giving clues. They're giving many, many clues for us to go higher, seek
mm.
more, learn more, research more. So, yeah, so this is also, we can also take it in that way. So it is also a warning, reminder, invitation. It's like a game. Yeah, everything.
Yeah, everything, and we should understand that higher divine is telling us something so that we can
Yes.
listen and take it forward.
Yes, yes, yes. Very
If
true.
you had to summarize the communic from these formations in one message to humanity, what would it be?
If I have to summarize this whole thing, I would say, like, we have to first recognize that there are higher planes of existence. We have to recognize that there is an axis, and we have to align with that divine axis. We have to surrender to the divine axis and evolve. And also, I would like to say that okay, okay. Let me share. There's one very interesting crop circle that has happened last year.
Okay,
Let me just show that. Yes. So last year, there are many crop circles that have happened. There is also Sudarshan Chakra, actually. Sudarshan Chakra of Narayan. That design also has happened. Many Sudarshan Chakra designs have happened. But last year, specifically, this, crop circle design of feet has got printed. So this is also very telling, that we have to align with the divine. That it is very telling. Like we all worship the feet of divine.
Mm,
So this is like the feet of divine telling us to go back, surrender to the feet, and go back to the source from where we came. So yeah, this is what I would like to say, that uh, if I have to tell it in one message, the message for humanity is to see that there is something beyond, very exciting, very intriguing, very, very, like the more we for those who are very bored with their
mm, mm,
existence, like many people are bored with what is happening in their own lives. If they don't want anything very mundane and they have a sense of curiosity, they have to look into this crop circle phenomena, and do more research, learn more, that many, many things, fascinating things are there, which will all lead us back to our source, which is divine Paramatma. And this feat is also very, very telling, that we all have to go seek refuge at the feet of divine. Yes, that is what I would like to say.
so basically, it's the divine feet.
Yes.
This was just amazing. Now, when we come to the last part of this episode, that will be rapid fire questions, one round. So, are
Yes.
you excited for this, ma'am?
Yes, yes, I love your questions. Yes.
So let's go for it. Science or spirituality?
Spirituality has science, so spirituality.
Mystery or revelation?
Um, mystery which gets revealed.
Belief or experience?
Experience for sure.
Art or communication?
I think this is both. This is an arty communication. So, mm, communication which is very arty, yes.
Geometry or language?
Different in different contexts, it's both. Like in one context, geometry, in one context, language. Both are important.
Describe crop circle in one word.
Transdimensional. Okay, it is two words. Am I allowed to say two words?
Okay.
Transdimensional communication.
Message or conversation?
Um, if it's from the higher, it is message. It is from our own level, then it is conversation.
Third dimension or fourth dimension? Fourth.
Yes, wanting to go to fourth dimension. Currently in third, wanting to go to fourth dimension.
Logic or intuition?
Okay, this is very interesting. This, if we go back to our previous interview, so we spoke about meditation. So when we meditate and do centering, we will get both logic and intuition. So I would say centering will give both.
Man-made or interdimensional?
Interdimensional.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much, ma'am. This was just
Yes.
beautiful, amazing, and what not. So we
Yes.
learned so many beautiful things in this, episode of part two about crop circles, the meaning, the geometry, the divine, which is also connected to our body, as you said, and everything. What you said was just above everything I could say.
Yes.
This would automatically connect to the divine. So the
Yes.
conversation that we had today and making us understand about this, topic that we didn't know most of them, right? So to bring this awareness, this was just mind blowing. And now, what is your last message that you would want to give me as well as the audience?
Yes. Firstly, yes, gratitudes for this amazing opportunity to speak about something that is not known to many people. And yes, that is why, it should be known. Everybody should know about this. And yes, the last message is for you and for your viewers is, please do more research. Like I think we spoke about many things in this interview. We spoke about many topics, about fourth dimension, sacred geometry, about many things. So I think when there is also sacred geometry involves platonic solids. Like we didn't cover many things because of time constraints. But do please do research. know more. And if you have I'm sure you will get questions and doubts, like please do comment on this. And you can, and for you specifically, I would like to say, please keep doing more such podcasts with different topics, which are very interesting, because we are in very interesting times where we have a lot of opportunity to learn about new things, about higher things, which will help us evolve. So yes, I look forward to another opportunity to speak to you on a very different interesting topic. And to your viewers, please do listen, research, and please do give your observations and comments. Look forward to it.
Absolutely. So, audience, this is your opportunity to take notes, because, as I said in the between of this episode, that you need to take notes. If you have taken notes, if you learn something new, of course, you would have learned something new that would have blown your mind away. So, just comment what are all the lessons that you took away from this episode, so that we will also be happy that you learned something from this, and also you're gonna be connecting to the divine. So do this and let us know in the comment. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, audience, for being a part of this episode. Looking forward to have you in my next episode. Till then, take care and goodbye.
Yes, gratitudes. Yes, gratitudes. Hriday. Yes, see you sometime soon.